Hello? Hey guys, how you doing tonight? All right. All right, so my name's Jason Cole. I'm the lead cinematic animator for Squadron 42, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about Look IK, or PCap look transformation. The official technical term is PCap look transformation, but today I'm just going to call it Look IK so I don't get confused or anything like that, because that's what we call it around the office. So what is Look IK? So Look IK is a system that we use to either have an AI or an NPC look at the player or a specific target. And so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is just straight PCap with audio and facial data just running to show you what we're working with, okay? Just as a side note, all the stuff I'm showing you today is work in progress. So I'm going to show you Moro. Moro is still being worked on, and this is just a test level that I use to test out animations within the system, or within the engine. So here we go.
Cito's great. But a bit of a gossip. Don't tell him anything you don't want the whole crew to know. Rumour has it that's why his ex left. But he's probably better off. Told me she had a gambling problem.
All right. So this is just standard PCap that we usually get, facial and audio, and there's not running any Look IK system right now. So what I did is I set up a camera to move around a bit, just to represent some player movement, and what I'm going to do is tell Moro here to look at the camera as if it's the player, okay? So this is our standard Look IK system that we had before. It just shows the Look IK always on. Let me show that.
Cito's great. But a bit of a gossip. Don't tell him anything you don't want the whole crew to know. Rumour has it that's why his ex left. But he's probably better off. Told me she had a gambling problem.
All right, so now you can see that he is constantly looking at the camera, which is really good. I mean, we're getting some of the performance shining through on the face and on the head a little bit, but we are losing a lot of the subtleties, and this is one of the issues we wanted to sort out this year. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we did that. All right, so what we did is we broke up the Look IK into 3 different parts, right? The eyes, the head, and the body. And then what we did is we gave each one of those body parts a value from a 0 to 100. 0 being completely off, and 100 being completely on for the Look IK. And the first thing we did is we hand-keyed those values throughout the animation, which gave us pretty good results with the Look IK, but it's still, we weren't getting, enough of the subtleties within the acting, and it was extremely time-consuming. So the next thing we did is we created a control within Maya that we place wherever the character is acting towards. And then we would say, whenever this character or whenever this actor is looking at this control node, we would turn the Look IK 100% on, and then the further it looked away, the lower we would scale that down to 0, basically. So you can see here in this first picture, this is the control that we would use. And in this picture, he's looking directly at it, so 100% Look IK, and then the further he would look away from it, the less Look IK we would have. And this gave us much better results. A lot more of the acting was shining through and things like that, but it was still a longer process. So one of the other animators that was working on this with me, Owen Robertson, he approached me and asked if he could make a tool for us. He'd been working on his coding skills and think he could make an animation script for this. And I was like, yeah, sure, go for it, as long as it doesn't affect his current workload. And as long as he submitted his code through TechArt and got code review, then it was totally fine, because we just didn't want to break anything within the pipeline already. And he made this Look IK toolkit, which is great. I'm not going to go into too much depth about this, but this basically took that process that we were having to do manually and really just automated it. It made things much faster. The nice thing that he added that was an extra feature is that he was able to take the Look IK curves for the eyes and the head and then put them on 2 separate layers within Maya. And then we were able to either completely dampen those or exaggerate the Look IK on those systems within Maya. Then we bake it down and then do a little bit of animation polish on it. So now I'm going to show you the results that we were getting after this system. So this is running LookIK with the LookIK toolkit and a little bit of animation polish on this. Let me just make sure I give you guys some sound here.
Sitow's great, but a bit of a gossip. Don't tell him anything you don't want the whole crew to know. Rumour has it that's why his ex left. But he's probably better off. Told me she had a gambling problem.
So now you can see we're getting a lot more of the subtleties within the acting. You can see him looking back at Sitow, looking left and right before he actually talks to you, and some of the little head nods. It's a bit hard to see from the distance for this camera, so I'm going to show you guys a compare and contrast and zoom in a little bit on the head. All right, so the left is LookIK, the original system, always on. And then the right is LookIK with a little bit of polish and the animation toolkit, or the LookIK toolkit. And I'll let this run a few times, but you can really see the differences pulling through now. So you can see he's looking right then left, and he's constantly looking back towards Sitow. And we're getting a lot of smaller things in here, like head nods and little head turns. You can see it there as well. So I'll show this one more time, and then the next thing I'm going to show you guys is edge cases, basically how flexible this system is while it's running real time. Yeah. All right, so upper left, upper right, bottom left, bottom right. This is the exact same animation. But you can see I'm basically pushing the LookIK system as much as I can without breaking it or deactivating it. And you can see it kind of slipping here in the eyes a bit. And also when he walks away at the end of this on the bottom left, you can see the head pulling a little much. And so those would be the next things that we would start to figure out on the system to really tighten it up. But overall, it's been pretty good progress for the last 8 months, and we're pretty happy with it. So that's it for LookIK, and thank you for coming, and thank you for your support.